LA Chargers, boy. Cool. Hello and welcome to the Playbook, a sports talk show with Mark and Tyler. This is Mark, and I am Tyler.
To start off the show, we're going to talk about the biggest story in sports this week. The Clemson Tigers defeat the Alabama Crimson Tide in the national championship 35-31 on a last-second touchdown.
Watson, touchdown!
From Deshaun Watson.
It was amazing. We talked about it. They would need to perform very, very well to beat Alabama. And I tell you what, Deshaun Watson had the best game of a college quarterback I've ever seen since Vince Young.
Agreed.
400 yards passing. That is against Alabama too. That is insane. That Clemson team. The second half came around and they just looked like they wanted it more.
So quickly, we're just going to touch on the UConn women again because they tied their record-setting streak of consecutive wins this week at 90. 90 straight wins. It's just remarkable. Let's talk NFL. One of the biggest stories in the NFL this week. Sad day for San Diego. The LA Chargers doesn't really roll off the tongue.
But it's a thing now.
And I don't know, the team names they're throwing out, the old USFL, LA Express, LA Lightning. Oh, it's horrible.
I don't know why they just can't keep the Chargers.
And if they change the unis and they don't get to wear those powder blue jerseys anymore, that's a shame.
Well, I mean, what do you expect? Dean Spanos is in it for the money. I don't think he cares about anybody else.
Their new logo is the LA Dodgers hat.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
all the people in the world, all these creative people.
I could do that in 3 seconds.
I know.
It's the most unoriginal thing I've ever seen. LA with a little lighting. Get the hell out of here. This week's mess up of the week comes from the hands of Joel Embiid, the process, getting absolutely rejected by
the rim.
The rim.
Also in the NFL, if you haven't noticed, the playoffs have started.
Yeah.
Every game sort of went the way we had predicted, except for the Houston Raiders game.
Yeah.
The real Brock Osweiler actually stood up and played a game. This week, we're going to go through the matchups, and we're going to discuss who's going to win and why. So Let's start with Seattle at Atlanta.
Let me get this off my chest. If Seattle beats Atlanta this week, if Seattle goes into Atlanta and beats the Falcons, they will make it to the Super Bowl.
They're not going to beat the Falcons.
If they beat the Falcons, they get CJ Prosise back next week, they will go to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so who's going to win the game, Seattle or Atlanta?
I got Seattle.
I have Atlanta winning. They beat them in the they should have won in the regular season in Seattle. They had that late non-pass interference call. Atlanta's at home. I think Atlanta's
it's gonna be a fun game.
I think Atlanta's going to roll them.
Why?
Because their offense is better than Seattle's defense right now.
Seattle playoffs.
Yes.
I don't know.
So let's talk Green Bay and Dallas. Obviously, Green Bay beat the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Who wins that game?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another repeat of what it was a couple years ago. The catch. But I see. I want to say Dallas. But somewhere in my mind, Green Bay is going to win this game.
So we're going to disagree on. We're 2 for 2 now. Dallas wins that game. They're going to control the ball. They're going to limit the touches for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers offense, and I think Dallas is going to win that game. I think Dallas's run game will control that game, and they will win. Houston at New England. Is this even a game?
Patriots.
I mean, I do have a blueprint on how Houston can beat New England. They need to put some Ipecac syrup in the coffee of Tom Brady, LeGarrette Blount, Deion Lewis, and Martellus Bennett and Julian Edelman. Get them all sick for the game. That's pretty much the only way they win that game.
Even then, they'll probably lose.
Yeah, they did lose to the third-string quarterback earlier in the year. And finally, your favorite playoff team, Pittsburgh Steelers, at the Kansas City Chiefs.
I didn't say they were going to lose last week. I said I wouldn't be surprised if they did lose.
I said they would roll, and they rolled. So
They did. They hammered the Dolphins.
So who wins this week?
If the Pittsburgh Steelers play the way they played last week, and if you watch the game, you know how they played. If they play how they played last week against Kansas City, they will lose.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
No, they
would
will
win.
lose. Ben Roethlisberger got bailed out from 2 interceptions. Kansas City doesn't drop interceptions. If Ben Roethlisberger throws the ball like he threw the ball in against Miami, I don't think they're going to win. But if Le'Veon Bell runs the way he did, I think they can win, but I think Kansas City's going to win this one.
I'm going to disagree. I say Pittsburgh wins.
So now our favorite segment so far, what we've been doing is pretty fun. Quick take. I think I'm going to go first.
Okay.
Did you go first last week?
Don't remember.
I don't know. First one, Tony Gonzalez.
Great tight end.
Miami Dolphins.
Current Miami
The
Dolphins?
current Miami Dolphins.
I don't know. They took an L and they're on vacation.
Floyd Mayweather.
Overrated. I don't know how I say overrated. Record-wise, great fighter. I think he's overrated. He's not the greatest fighter that ever lived. He ducked a lot of good fighters. See Manny Pacquiao in his career. Record-wise, good fighter. Was not a big fan of his fighting style.
Deshaun Watson.
Future top 5 pick next year, and will be an NFL star.
You know, people have him ranked number 4 ranked quarterback in this draft. Who's better than Deshaun Watson coming out of
Who's
college?
1, 2, and 3?
Exactly. Who is better than Deshaun Watson coming out of college right now?
I don't know.
Dead.
I
Freaking like Mel Kiper at him. Jalen Hurts. Another quarterback.
Another quarterback, Alabama, true freshman quarterback, showed a lot of moxie this year. I think that's a rising star too.
I tell you
Smart
what.
kid.
He is going to be the greatest college quarterback of all time. He will. And that guy is 18 years. I'm 18 years old. I'm 18 years old. He led Alabama to the national title game. That is impressive.
Okay, my turn. Or your turn, depending on how you look at it.
Just read.
Greg Maddux.
I honestly don't even know who that is.
Come on!
Who is that?
Google him.
No, seriously, who is Greg Maddux?
Hall of Fame pitcher for the Atlanta Braves.
Oh,
Troy Polamalu.
overrated as shit. No, not because he's a Pittsburgh Steeler, because he was overrated as hell. Dude was a safety, but played D-line and blew a lot of coverages. And yeah, he had some great plays, but probably about, I can count 3 with my finger. All of them were jumping over the line of scrimmage, but come on. Doesn't mean shit if you let up like 3 touchdown passes behind you and you're a safety. That's pathetic. Don't even get me started. I don't even know why you wrote him down.
Jeff Gordon.
Are you kidding me? Isn't he a cheater?
What?
Jeff Gordon, a NASCAR racer, right?
Why is he a cheater?
Didn't he cheat?
How do you cheat in NASCAR?
No.
Deflated his tires?
I
What?
don't know.
His flaps were too high? I don't know. The National Hockey League.
We can't talk about that. They're too petty for us.
And you had mentioned his name in my version of Quick Take, and I have him down here. Mel Kiper Jr.
Why does he even have a job?
Ready for some questions?
Yeah.
Good, because it's time for Ask Tyler. Are the refs not calling the fouls on LeBron James on purpose, or is he just whining?
Well, they have to make up for the missed travel calls they missed on him, and the charging and all the other stuff they call.
So you don't.
They miss a lot of calls because the dude's gigantic.
Right. So that's my point. Is it the Cam Newton thing that he's so big that fouls on him because he doesn't go flying on the floor because he's enormous,
Yeah.
that they miss him?
I feel like that is it, and that's probably why he flops all the time, because in his mind he has to do that for a proper foul to be called. So I don't really call him a flopper. I mean, he's just smart, really. But he has to do that for a foul to be called on him. The dude's huge.
Do you believe Grayson Allen is
The
a
high
dirty
screens,
basketball
the baseline screens, they're just trying to spread out Duke.
I don't want you to trip over the question.
How many times did he purposely flip people?
Well, Booker comes over trying to get a steal.
Yeah, he's
A
a
lot.
dirty scumbag. Wow. I don't know why he's even playing basketball. He has anger management problems.
He has a problem. Very talented kid, but he's got a problem. Do you believe that the trip that some of the Giants players took to Miami to go on Justin Bieber's boat on their off day, in the same week of their playoff game with Green Bay, contributed to that loss?
Not one bit. I don't think it contributes to the performance, but it definitely shows your teammates that you're not focused, and it plays an impact on your team. But I don't think it caused Odell and all those wide receivers on the boat to drop all those passes. I think it's just they're not playoff wide receivers.
I disagree with some of what you said. I believe it contributed to the loss, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it became such a big story, and I believe they were pressing and trying so hard to show that it didn't matter, that they were actually dropping balls and they were thinking and not reacting and playing. I mean, Eli, and I bash Eli as much as anybody. Playoff Eli showed up. He put the ball, he was on the money all day, and those guys were just dropping passes. Finally, a pet peeve of mine. Why do you think fans of eliminated teams feel the need to disparage and denigrate the remaining teams in the playoffs? It drives me nuts.
I don't know. Like, I'm a Chargers fan. I would never bash any team besides the Steelers. But you can't do it. You just look dumb.
Right, like
you just look dumb.
Like Giant fans are like, oh, well, the Cowboys suck. Well, you guys are out. It's a single elimination tournament.
You can't do that.
And I go back. There's Justin Pugh on the Giants put out this ridiculous tweet the other day saying the Cowboys were lucky that they lost because if they won, they would have beaten Dallas. Are you serious? Dude, it's a single elimination tournament. Want to tell you how that works? You lose, you go home, you're on vacation. There's no if-then statement, especially when it's something that happened in the past. You can if-then for something that hasn't happened yet. You can't if-then when you've lost. You lost, shut the f*** up.
Dude. In the playoffs, you can't play the if game. There's no ifs.
Yeah, you lost, go home, clear out your locker, and go on vacation. You're done.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Playbook Sports Talk Show with Mark and Tyler. This has been Mark. I have been Tyler. Stay tuned for the Los Angeles Chargers. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you watching to the end. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. We've got some stuff coming.
We also may have a special guest host coming soon.
Yeah, be on the lookout for that. Pretty special guest.
Major podcast celebrity.
But we'd appreciate it if you would share this video. It means a lot to us. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you want to share it. It definitely gets the word out for us. We appreciate it. All the new subscribers, we now have 20.
Really?
Big 2-0. Yeah.
Nice.
80 away from 100. So close.
Good math.
Thank you for watching. Peace.
See ya.